just from observing, it did not look like the energy level was real big from you guys, from the crowd at all, and that definitely the Kings had more energy. Did you feel that? Was it just a little flat for you guys in the beginning?
I mean, we didn't execute the way we wanted to. I don't know how it looked on the court. Obviously, you're in the fight and you're trying to, bring that competitive spirit, knowing how tough a closeout game is and knowing that they were going to play with a lot of desperation. We just had a lot of kind of mental errors, and they took advantage of it and grabbed momentum early. I don't know if that was an energy thing or a focus thing or whatever it was, but you have to be able to learn those lessons quick, because we put ourselves in a situation where we have to be the team that's playing with desperation, obviously on the road in a Game 7, and there's a lot of belief that we can do that. There's a lot of belief in every single guy that's going to be out there on the floor, that we can make the necessary adjustments. And if it is an energy thing, that's something that you can control and correct it. So you got to embrace the challenge of what's in front of us, and try to go get the job done.
They win.
Go ahead. Knowing how much you guys wanted to win this game and close it out, being at home, how concerned are you that some of the things you just mentioned were not where they needed to be to win the game?
I mean, a loss exposes a lot of things, because, when you go look at the film and you see where the improvements need to be made, like, you got to be honest with yourself around what it was. So I felt like we were all on the same page yesterday when we were kind of preparing for the game and understanding what the task at hand was. Just didn't do it. So I'm not concerned at all. It's just, the playoffs presents a lot of challenges and a lot of different scenarios you find yourself in, and the great teams figure it out. And that's the opportunity that's in front of us. I keep saying it's an opportunity because we have another game to play. We allowed ourselves this, at least that, and now we have to, again, take advantage of, the get right game, and knowing how hostile that environment's going to be. Come with the right focus, come with the right mentality, and like I said, I got the utmost faith that we can do it.
Yeah, I got two quick. They went small and spread it out. How did that really kind of change the environment of the series? How did that affect the game?
And they made some nice adjustments to try to, like you said, give their Fox, Monk, give them space to try to drive. Keegan got loose early. Herter hit some shots, late. And it was a different look, so they have the ability to do that with certain personnel, and they push those buttons and it works. So we have to be able to make the adjustments, because you assume it's going to be the same or a similar vibe. So that's the fun part about a series. You see a little bit of everything, and that's why there's 7 games.
They've also been pretty transparent about they're just trying to run as much as possible. And these now at the end of the series, it's a lot shorter between games, including 12:30 tip Sunday. Was there any extra fatigue today with the style of play of the series, and also obviously a much quicker turnaround?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you had to ask everybody individually. It felt great, and know we can keep up with that pace if we play with our brains at the same time, and understand how we can be effective on the defensive end. Not turn the ball over, and just connect the game a little bit better than we did tonight. It's very indicative of just whatever was lacking in the first play of the second half. Nobody got matched up. Keegan Murray's wide open for 3. Like, that's not pace thing. That's just being connected. So those are the little things you're going to have to fix if we want to get out of the series, and I know we can.
Steph, what do you say to someone like Jordan right now?
We need him, and he's more than capable, and he's shown the ability to impact games. And the biggest thing for all of us, JP included, is that next play mentality that is so important, at this level, not just in the 82 game schedule, but also, in a playoff series where you don't have to be kind of a victim of the last game. You always can kind of bounce back. And I have nothing but confidence in his ability to do that and understand, to bring the right energy for this next game. So, we've all kind of been there and been through those growing pains of a playoff experience, and it happens. But we all can play better, and we all got to play better if we're going to win on Sunday.
Steph, you guys haven't had a Game 7 on the road very often. Do you remember your last one in Houston? And can you take something out of that?
I mean, yes and no. There's only a few guys on this team that were in that scenario, but it's every possession is important. How you start, how you think your way through the game, staying locked in on the schemes that we're gonna come with for the night. But it's more so just the competitive spirit. Like, you don't got to overthink it either. It's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just that it's the last game for one of these two teams, and coming out with a sense of composure is a big thing, especially if you're on the road, because it's going to be hostile, and their crowd's going to be into it, and there's going to be runs both ways. Just stay locked in, stay composed. But it's just basketball, and just play.
Steph, well, I just wanted to get your assessment of Malik Monk, because he's their energy guy. Trey Lyles, did some things there in that second quarter, but Monk, he did talk about desperation yesterday in Sacramento about this game here, but he brought it tonight. Just wanted to get your thoughts about him as a professional player.
He's been an X factor in their wins, and when we've contained him, I think most of those games we've come out with the win. Even Game 5, he got hot a little bit down the stretch, but the first half we kind of kept him in check. So it's just a matter of locking in on his energy. He comes in, he plays aggressive, he looks to score. He was hitting his threes tonight. We kind of gave him too many open looks, so you obviously have to key in on him. And the way that they mixed up their lineup, he's featured a lot more, so got to make the adjustments.
Hey, Steph, do you want to talk about the free throw you missed tonight? Do you guys under a lot of pressure tonight?
You said what?
Free throws you missed.
The free throws that I missed?
Yeah.
Oh, it happens.
Do you guys under a lot of pressure tonight?
No, it's more, that's basketball, and again, next play mentality. It's something I've lived by since, my days at Davidson, and carry that mentality. Miss free throws, lost, games that you lose, whatever, you have another opportunity to come back. So maintain the confidence in your abilities.
Hey, Steph, because it is a Game 7, just wondering, will you say anything to the guys to make sure that they're playing free and loose and not kind of feeling the pressure of a Game 7?
For sure. But that's to be expected, knowing what's at stake, and you just want to make sure everybody's on the same page about what we're trying to do out there. So it'll be a fun, 36 hours, whatever it is, to get ready for the game. Mentally, vocally, physically, everybody getting their rest, knowing it's going to be a dogfight, and we got to be ready for it.
You mentioned coming out with a sense of composure, and at times throughout this season, that's kind of been an issue, setting the tone early and stuff. How do you just ensure that you guys do get off on the right foot and don't, play catch up?
Whoever our starting five is, it's on us to set the tone for how we're playing and accept the responsibility of that. And again, play with a sense of desperation, but a sense of, I use the word composure, because that is, you don't want to get too riled up. and get outside of yourself. Like I said, it's just basketball. We know what to do. We have an identity of who we are when we're playing our best basketball, and if we can find that, I like our chances. And that's all you can think about. So that's the message. That's the goal, and it's gonna be fun. Like, embrace it. We're still playing basketball and still have an opportunity to get out this series.